Okay, well, good morning, everyone. I'm excited that you guys are able to be here today. Again, this meeting is open for everybody on your ICAP teams. The information we're going to be sharing today is going to be geared more towards your ICAP designees. That doesn't mean that if you are not a designee that this information will not be useful for you, but we want to make sure that we make that announcement kind of moving forward. Again, we have the chat box available here, so if you have any questions, if you will, that are related to the presentation, if you can use that chat box, and we'll try our best to answer those as we go. If we get to a point where we run out of time, we'll get a copy of this chat box and we will answer those questions either via email privately or at the end of the presentation. Okay, so let's get started. So again, just kind of reiterating the ICAP purpose, we always begin our presentations with these. This should not be necessarily new to any of you, but in case you have some new team members on the phone joining you today, we want to make sure that we are sharing that. Of course, everything that we do is to make sure that we are supporting students' opportunities to create their own individual career pathways to success. I wanted to share this screen again, talking about the stakeholder roles of your team. A lot of you all, of course, have already been putting your teams together and have been meeting regularly, so we appreciate that. We've been able to see a lot and hear a lot of great success stories for that. Some of you have been approached by the University of Oklahoma's K-20 Center to do a focus group so that they could hear from each of the members of your team. Thank you so much for doing those, and we also appreciate you all completing the surveys that we have. That information, of course, is going to be used for other districts at the end of this pilot study who are considering options for implementing ICAP next fall. So right now, I wanted to share a couple of benefits that we have for students. You guys have seen this slide before, but I kind of want to stop here, and I want to hear from you all. What benefits, since you have started this ICAP process, have you seen for your students? And I want to hear and try and be as specific as possible. So here we have a couple of, this is from a national study, of course. Other schools or states that have seen this have seen students have increased engagement, motivation, they're taking more challenging coursework, and so on and so forth. So I just want to hear from you all. What benefits have you seen from the students participating in the ICAP pilot study? And so I will pause here. Okay, so I hear from CLAP that it's more organized. Great. So can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Okay, so CLAPS, this is from Dove Science. We can track the ICAP's items and continue meaningful conversations with students. Perfect. So it kind of sounds like with a lot of districts we hear, they are doing a lot of these ICAP-related activities already. And so ICAP really provides a framework for you all to decide for how you will implement the ICAP activities, and organize them in a more succinct structure, meaning instead of just kind of random activities with, a college fair, an assessment, and those things as well. Now you can put a framework together and decide when students will engage in the process. Will this be a freshman activity, sophomore, or all the way through? So we really appreciate it. So Amy Hudson from Jinx. The students are excited to learn about different opportunities for their future, especially after our senior conference. Perfect. So I've seen a lot of more senior conferences taking place, so that is perfect. We really enjoy the opportunity for students to engage and start to think more about their future. So thank you for sharing that. This is Dee Monroe. Students are actively planning for their futures in a concrete way versus an abstract way. Great. They are formulating career goals, but also creating specific plans to reach those goals. Awesome. And again, can you all put your title and your school district that you're representing when you're answering the question So sorry, I should have said that before, but I'm loving this. This is perfect. And I'm hoping that you guys, of course, are continuing to tweak these things and put them on Facebook. We released quite a bit of our ICAP resources yesterday. We're going to talk about that more today in detail. But a lot of districts are following you all as well and wanting to learn more from what you guys are doing. So if you can share those on social media, anything you can to get the word out, that's perfect. Okay, so what else? What benefits from the students? Okay. It's Kathy Perkins from, Kathy Perkins. I should have this memorized. Kathy Perkins, Atoka. That's right. Oh, close. Okay. So improved attendance, attitude, and effort as we teach work-ready schools. That's perfect. Of course, we know that when students feel connected with school, they're more likely to attend school and be excited about being there. So we're really excited. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. So I'm going to move to the next slide here. So what about benefits for the educators? How have you seen educators kind of change through the ICAP process? So let's see, Bobby Gillen from Poto School District says ICAP is providing a common mission for surrounding schools to collaborate with one another on behalf of the students. This is perfect. Great. That's exactly what we like to see. We had the opportunity to go to Poto and do a training, so we really enjoyed that and meeting some of those school districts. So thank you so much for joining the chat. But you're correct. We have seen a lot of school districts really working together and pooling resources to really start to provide a community-wide ICAP process, because of course we know this has to take place outside of the building, so that's perfect. Anything else? So Sulat from Dove Schools says it's now including the accountability. It helps educators to discuss as a part of our common agenda. Perfect, perfect. Kathy Perkins again from Atoka says they are using ICAP to create relevancy to subject areas. Amy Hudson from Jinx says we've noticed that our staff are more excited to talk with our students about future college and career plans. We've also taken our teachers on field trips to OSUIT and Nordham to see different options for our students. Perfect. That's great. It's exciting to become excited again about your profession and to learn something new. We are educators, so we love learning. And anything that we can do to learn more and find out more about ways to help others is always exciting. So I'm so glad that our educators are getting to take advantage too. So I'm going to go to the next one here. So let's talk about some benefits to our post-secondary educators. And this might be a tough one. You may or may not engage post-secondary educators. So when I mean post-secondary, I mean career tech. I'm meaning higher education, anyone who provides career training, or even military. So have you noticed anything different about your post-secondary post-secondary educators since you've done this ICAP process in the schools? How have they changed in how they've engaged with you? Have they been more reluctant to participate, or are they more excited to participate? What does that look like in your school? And I also say, have they had any, have any of your post-secondary educators talked about how more prepared your students are for participating? And this might be for those that participated in the ICAP last year, primarily with their upperclassmen. Some have gotten compliments from, maybe employers or from higher education institutions, so those that take concurrent enrollment or career tech as well, saying that, we're really excited students are doing this process because they're more prepared, or we've noticed something different, a change in the students. Perfect. So Don Wallace says that they have changed the way that they do their freshman, Don Wallace from Okmulgee, I'm sorry. Notice that some of her post-secondary partners have changed the way they do their freshman and sophomore tours. They use more of the Cooter assessments to guide that. Perfect. And of course, that's an excellent idea. I can't think of a better way to use those results. Kathy Perkins from Atolka says that Career Tech has joined with us to create meaningful 4-year plan. Our school has increased in enrollment from 30 students to 80 students within the last 2 years. Perfect. Excellent. So, of course, definitely having to get something like that together with growing student enrollment. And that's excellent. Great. Well, you guys can feel free to keep coming with the questions. Again, we do get a copy of all of the questions here, so we won't stop the chat there. But I did want to give time for our speaker at the end that is going to show you more of the platform. Now, a lot of you all have already seen the Next Thought platform, but what she's going to share with you is how to get your students onto the platform as well. So that, and it's a really simple way that we have done that. We've created that, so we want you guys as adults have already been engaging with the platform, talking with each other and communicating. Now is the time to engage and add your students. So she will talk about that in a moment. But before we do that, I did want to show you all our brand new, spanking new college and career readiness website. So if you are following along with me, or if you want to just take a look yourself, it is www.okedge.com. And this website, the purpose of it is to really provide information to parents, educators, students, business leaders, and really anyone who has a vested interest in moving our state forward and engaging our future workforce. So real quickly, if we come to the About page, it tells you a little bit about Oklahoma Edge. So, of course, that is our 8-year strategic plan that Superintendent Hoffmeister has shared with everyone, really kind of putting everybody on the same page to move our students forward. Right here it tells you a little bit about how we've gotten started. You're able to see some legislation action that has taken place to really help move this work forward and learn more about partners and those things as well. We have resources for students and families. Again, here is the ICAP goal, so not new to you all. This is kind of information that talks about what parents can expect. So if you have not yet figured out a way to engage your parents and talk about ICAP, this is a perfect site that I encourage all of you to share with your parents and with any business or community leaders or post-secondary partners to really talk about what it is that we're doing in our school. This ICAP is really to respond to this growing need in our state economy. So, so it breaks it down for students for elementary school, middle school, and high school. And so you have these little buckets here that talk about how to get involved, hands-on training. So we have information about job shadow, internship, pre-apprenticeship as well. We also have information on soft skills, employability skills is what we call them. Financial aid, resources. So all of these resources should not be new to you all, but we put them all on one page. So no longer having to go to both OK College Start or OK Career Guide or Career Tech's page as well. We've taken all of them and kind of mashed them together on one page for your convenience. This business and community, again, if you are still trying to engage your community and business leaders, thinking about internships and things as well, this is a perfect page that explains to them what we can do, how we can engage them, and we put it all together very simply. So you have your internship information here. These are different examples of other internship programs. So if you just kind of want to share with them some ideas, here are our critical occupations. Those are, of course, not new to you all. Those are top 100 critical occupations there. We have here is some information about connecting to the platform. You guys will see that in a moment. We have a couple of success stories down here, so if you're kind of wanting to put together a quick PowerPoint or something for business leaders, you can access any of these videos here. So one is a teacher externship, so for those of you who are interested in taking teachers on field trips or even having your teachers engage over the summer. And then you have your high school internships as well. And then some other different programs, some job shadow programs, and other ways to get students involved as well. So very, very easy ways to really start that conversation. We have some links here for supporting your students. So, of course, some students information for trauma-informed instruction, anti-bullying, social-emotional learning, and resources for transition students. So if you're having any students that qualify for school-to-work programs, those things as well, this page is regularly updated, and OKDRS does a wonderful job of providing that information. So I encourage you guys to take a look if you have not already. So this is the educators page. So probably where most of you will spend most of your time. I did want to point out we do have the career curriculum. Oklahoma Career Tech has done a fabulous job of putting together curriculum resources for you guys to add in the classroom. Before, I think that, we probably just listed high school because I think that's all we had access to, but they have gone all the way down to elementary, so it literally just links out to their page, and you can go there and grab anything you like. So very easy for a teacher to be able to do that. So I encourage you guys, if you have not already, to take advantage. Ooh, uh-oh. Let me get that. There we go. Okay, so, but then last but not least, the ICAP Toolkit. So you've heard us talk about this probably a million times, so we are excited to finally be able to release that. If you got the newsletter yesterday, then you have already received this probably 2 or 3 ways. But again, this is a toolkit that really has taken a lot of the advice that you all have provided us over the last couple of years. And we put it together with the toolkit. We had 10 counselors who wrote the toolkit. So these are your peers here. So they all were from ICAP school districts. And so real quickly, it introduces really the purpose of the toolkit as well. It provides a short introduction. This is information you guys have seen, so I'll skip on through that. But I'll go back up here. I'm sorry to jump around, but right here, this on page 9, these are the minimal requirements by state law. So you all, of course, have seen this, but if people ask you, then this is where you could find that on page 9. So that's the legislation right there. Of course, then we go through explaining how the process is implemented. So the 2-year pilot, which that is you. We, of course, have benefits for ICAP, so you guys have seen that as well. We have a little bit of research that we wanted to make sure to include. So for those of you who are research buffs, you have that opportunity to take a look. And then we start here. The ICAP, of course, is written, or the toolkit is split up into 5 sections. First, part 1 is really talking about getting started, so putting the team together, establishing a mission and vision and those things as well. Then we go on to here, which page 22. This is taken from you all. You all recall you shared with us the various activities that you were doing with your students last year and at the beginning of this year. And so what we were able to do, and a lot of our what our writers were able to do, is put together a chart that split up into awareness, exploration, and those things as well. So what it has is, if you are thinking about awareness, so maybe that's the first year, year 1 for your students. In the 9th grade, you might have them include an interest inventory, take a career skills assessment, and a career cluster survey, and that's what they do in September. And then in October, November, they do these things as well. So if you are, a list checker and you're interested in doing that, now again, this is not required. This is a suggested timeline. So this is a compilation of all the activities that you all have done. We put them together in a succinct schedule here. So with other districts who are new to the ICAP process and they're interested in seeing what are some ways that I might start the ICAP, what are some grade level activities I might include, we took your suggestions and put them together in this really neat little chart here that they are able to take a look at. And we have information from, putting together a communications plan, all the way through for discussing ways to allocate time and class and those things as well. So I won't read this word for word. I will save this for you all. But we also put in part 5, which is your evaluation process. Again, not required, but these are suggested ways to make sure that you're putting together a quality ICAP process. So these are some milestones, suggested milestones, of course, that you might include. And then if you are interested in evaluating your process for implementing ICAP as a team or as a school district, you have access to this awareness rubric or this ICAP rubric that we've put together that you all have access to. Of course, your online resources are here as well. I will tell you that on the left here, these hyperlinks, those are to be linked. These are not linkable, and that is to be 504 compliant. So if you have anyone who is needing to print this off rather than view this on the computer screen, they're able to do so. And then we have some national resources, and these are other states who have some really neat ideas. So if you are kind of ahead of the game and you're wanting to see what's new and what's emerging and cutting edge, then we encourage you guys to take a look there. So I just want to, of course, thank this amazing toolkit writing team. Here are their names once again. Dr. Kelly Collins from Choctaw High School, David Day from Pryor High School, Cheyenne Gatros from Belle Isle Middle School, Amy Hill from Canyon Ridge, Intermediate, Jamie Kale from Yukon High School, Allie Lawson from Ada, Sarah Tempest from Kenneth Cooper, and that's Putnam City Public Schools, Jocelyn Traeger from Centennial Mid-High, Dr. Mary Waters Bilba, of course, from Northeastern State University, and Mary Wells from Stillwell. So I just want to pause and thank them so much, and I hope that you will send them a message of just thanks and encouragement. They worked very hard on this toolkit, and they've done an excellent job. We've gotten so many compliments already just from the releasing yesterday. So they worked really hard and wanted to make sure that they were thoughtful in providing resources for you all. So again, you could find that in the educator, so that's everything that you need to really kind of get started. We have the mentorship video that is right here, and I won't play it, but if you're interested in, again, connecting with business leaders and really kind of communicating to them, what do we need? You know, of course, we need mentors, but we need internships and those things as well. So this is a really cool video. I won't play it because I don't think the sound really works if I try to do it that way, but I encourage you guys to take a look at it. Share it on Facebook and share it with your peers and see, you know, if there's something we can do there. Contact information is right here at the bottom. And again, that web URL is www.okedge.com. So if you want to take a look at that on your leisure, I encourage you all to do so. Okay, so this time we're going to transition to our speaker, Kaley Fields, who is going to take you through, just real quickly, the online learning community and really kind of visit with you all. Again, you all have seen most of the modules before, but what she's going to focus on today is really teaching you all how to add your students onto the platform. A lot of you guys are already here on the platform, so she is going to talk through some strategies for adding your students in one final swoop. So I'm going to pass it on to Kaley and take it away.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone.
There it goes.
There we go.
And I think we lost your sign-in page, actually.
That's all right. We can get back to it. Here we go.
Make it start over.
Perfect. Perfect. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Kaley Field. I'm with Next Thought, the company that powers the technology behind the platform. I'm really excited to present this to you today and really honored to be at least a small part of this project. The very first thing that we will want to do is go to the site, and if you want to, you can follow along at home as well to log in and create an account. But OSDE connect.ok.gov, and that will take you to this login page. This is what your students will see as well as yourself. So very first, we have a create an account button here. After you've created an account, very easy to sign in using this up here. At any point, if you forget the username or a password, you can click on these recovery options as well. So let's start by creating an account. We're going to do it from the perspective of your students. Okay. Once we have a name, email, as well as a username which you'll log in with, we'll navigate to the home page. Very first thing you'll be presented with, or your students, will be a very quick survey about yourself. And selecting where you attend. I don't know if anyone's from Alva, but we'll go ahead and select Alva for this. So here's our home page. Next thing that we want to do is select to go to the catalog with the add button here. We'll come back to this here. This is our community connections module, an area that we can find local activities, opportunities, connect with professionals. This is for anyone and everyone, so businesses, parents, teachers. For our students, we're going to focus on the Redeem tab here. In order to be a part of all 6 different career and college pathways, we're going to type in college and career and click Redeem. Very next, you can click Open from here. I'm going to go ahead and X out and leave the catalog. So if you're ever in the catalog, how we exit out is the X up in the upper left-hand corner. So now my home page looks quite different. I'm a part of all these different career paths, as well as the information page that we saw in the beginning. If you had chosen to open it, you'll see a page that looks more like this. So if you want to ever go back to your home page, in the upper left-hand corner, you can click on the logo, and that's how we return here. So very first thing we'll point out is our community. So this is available for all to connect. We'll have postings about education opportunities, different discussions, career pathway toolbox, and even scholarship opportunities. This is an opportunity for you to connect with other people. You can even add your own discussion here, very simple to do so. Here we go. While I'm adding a discussion, I can also add a whiteboard. I could embed a video, so if there's a video you'd like to showcase, and even an attachment. We can see the current topics by clicking on one of them, and you can also add a comment here. I'm going to click on the X to return to our home page. Okay. Now let's jump in to one of these modules so we can see the opportunities that the students will have and how you can guide them through. So each of these represent a different field. We're going to go into the health science one. We'll be in the exploration tab where all of the activities will be located. Over here to the left, you can see an outline. So we have awareness, exploration, preparation, as well as action. So that's why everything is categorized under. The very first window we see is featured speakers from our Career Expo week. You can click on any of these over here to the side, and you can play them straight from the window here. Here's our Welcome to the Online Community Platform. I'll showcase one thing that we can do. Instead of playing it straight on this window, I can actually play it alongside a transcript as well. I'll show you what happens here. So one of the benefits of opening it here is it's going to follow along. Another neat feature to develop community and speak to one another, ask questions, even prompt questions from the students is this icon here. When I hover over the transcript, it allows me a space to connect with other people and add in any commentary that I want connected to this specific video. I can share it with everyone, or I could even choose to make it private, or I could share it with a specific person if I'm interested in sharing one-on-one with another one of my colleagues or friends. Let's go back, and we'll go to the next area. Here's some more videos and about the health science module and some module information as well. At any point, if you want to learn more about the platform, we do in the information area have that available to you. You can click into any of these different activities. Notice that when we have text here, you can add highlights. At any point, if your students need to define a term, they can do so on the platform as well. And likewise, they also have the opportunity to engage in discussion. And so if they choose to do so, all the discussions will show up here over to the right. I'm going to return by clicking the Exploration tab. And let's look at the Exploration unit here. We have different videos for interviews and tours Oklahoma regarding health science, voices from the field as well, some other videos about different career paths, and also a career interest inventory. And something I forgot to mention is all of our modules are going to follow this same formatting too. So this is representative of what your students will see no matter which career that they're looking at. So our career interest inventory is a really exciting opportunity and tool that we have within all of the different modules. When I click on it, we'll see something that I can complete to receive feedback about my interests in the various fields within the specific area that you're looking at. So for this is health science. So getting started. It's just a quick survey that students can use to assess their interests in different fields. And at the end, it will help you gain some perspective on what to explore. We also have specific career fields infographics, so a little bit more information. This is going to present slightly different from some of our others. Let me click into it here. So the great thing about these infographics, if for whatever reason you want to download them or print them, use them in your classroom, email them, anything that you'd like, keep them for your own purposes. Because this is a PDF presented on the platform, you can do so here. You can also add any comments or discussions over to the side as well. Marissa, one of the individuals asked, is there a page which gives written instructions I can send out to our counselors on how students could access Next Thought?
Sure. So we can.
And then we'll continue forward. Yeah. No, that's okay. And it's from Lisa.
Perfect. So, hi, Lisa. So, there's a question about if there are written instructions that I can send out to our counselors on how students could access Next Thought. Absolutely. So, we are sharing this process with you all here. Following the email, you will receive instructions to disseminate to your counselors or teachers or so for adding their students to the platform. She's showing you all here, and then of course this is recorded, and so we can also share with a instructional video also. So you all will receive instructions following the webinar as well. Dave. Coach Dave's with us. Okay, hey, how's it going, Coach Dave? So of course one of our toolkit writers has joined the chat here. There are 8 modules. Are there more coming? So, so what you all are seeing is you should see 8, I believe, modules total. 6 of those, the reason why there's so few is because those 6 modules represent the career fields, so national career fields. So there will not be more modules. We will add more content to the modules. Within each of those fields, we will add content related to the 16 career clusters. So we did it in a way that we are teaching students to really break down the world of work, learning the health science technology career field, but then all the career clusters within that field, and then all the career pathways that lead to the careers within that. So really kind of breaking it down that way so that they only have 6 to really kind of keep up with. Good question.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you.
So once we explore some of these career fields, your students can go into preparation. So soon we will also have a directory of speakers as well as Ask the Expert. So this will be more like a virtual interview experience. So be looking forward to that. And also some actions. So we have different areas that we can explore deeper. Clicking on this opportunity here, there's some questions, some different links that we can go to as well. And then going into our academic and career plans. So these will give your students more information about creating their academic career plan, getting started. There's also a visiting college link here with a checklist. So this is something that they can go to and download and print as well while they visit a campus. And this gives the opportunity to add the signature from the counselor as well. We also have some virtual campus tours. So different universities offer this. So clicking here, it's going to take you to their site. And also some career plan links. So this one's our OK College Start for colleges, and then we also have the career guide as well. So once again, clicking these are going to take you to the other site. And then last but not least, we also have a survey so we can continually improve the content and the experience here. So if you would, either as an educator or student, give us feedback within the survey, you just simply click Take and then fill it out. And then click on Finished once you've submitted. So these are representatives of the resources within all the different career fields. I'm going to return to the home page here just to go back through. Here's the first one, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. This is just our information here. Now, if you are an educator or perhaps with our parent or business leaders, let me also show you, going back to our catalog with the Add button here, our Community Connections opportunity. So clicking on it within the catalog, I'm going to click here to join. Once again, I'm still in the catalog, so I can either X out here and return to the home page, or I can go straight into the Community Connections. You'll see a lot of the same content as well that was featured within the different career fields, also within the Community Connections, so that our business partners and the broader community can be familiar with what we're offering the students. There's also different opportunities to engage, from career information workshops and conferences, career fields, and recruitment opportunities. Different ways to connect. So discussions about engaging parents, business, and schools working together, school business partnerships. To engage with any of these, you're just simply going to click, and then we can add a comment here. We have Careers in the Classroom also available to our different business and community partners. some different abilities to share your story. We have some of the industry interviews and tours and voices from the field, as well as career infographics that they themselves can download and be involved. And we also have the survey available to them as well. So once they create an account, the very first thing they'll do is go to our Add button to jump into the catalog. They'll need to go to the Redeem. And then we simply want to type in here the college and career and click the Redeem button to join. Any questions? Wonderful. And at any point, if you have any questions, you can use this drop down here. Click the Contact Us. There's also a help site link, but if you have any technical issues or you need further instructions, feel free to send us a message here.
Okay, thank you all so much for your time. Again, we will be, oh, I have one more question. So from Allison Ebert from Enid, maybe? I hope maybe I'm right. I might be told. Oh, Bartlesville. Nope, not even close. Sorry. Is there a way to mass upload student usernames and passwords? So I will let Kaley answer that.
I'm sorry, do you mind clarifying?
So
maybe further?
I believe this is to circumvent the code that we have for students, and is there a way to mass upload the students? My answer would be no. What we have created because this is a content, this is a environment, so it's very different from what we're used to with OK College Start and OK Career Guide. This particular platform, the way that we interface, the way we engage with it is very different, and so there is not a way for us to massively upload all the students because you all would not have an administrative login to be able to do so. The best way is for students to make their individual passwords and usernames. What I would put together a uniform rule for their username password, maybe first name, last letter, or their student IDs or just whichever, and then their password being something that's uniform, maybe using a student ID, maybe using a school name, those things as well, something. Because there's nothing that students need to particularly save here, none of their personal information, not to say that we wouldn't care if someone were to log in, and change their password or anything like that. That was password protected. Where the login and username is really just to give them access. So if it's something that is uniform that that you could have access to should a student forget or something like that, then that could be something that could be arranged there from you all. So again, we're going to share with the upload information, and that is going to be students making their username password, going through that process of adding the modules, and we have the one code that allows them to enroll in all of the modules at one time, and then they are immediately have access and can start exploring. So we've made it very easy, just a couple of steps, but we will provide you all with that information. Thank you again for coming. We appreciate it, and always, enjoy keeping up with you all and really learning about ways that you're implementing ICAP and moving forward. So let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.